What is going on, everybody? Hitmonchanning here, back again with another Pokemon trading card game on my deck tech. Today we're taking a look at Banette EX, but more accurately, Salvatore Box, or Salvatore Box, whatever you want to say. I'm very excited about this deck. I've been crafting it a little bit for a while now, and I am very, I was so hyped for Salvatore when it came out. You know, if you don't know what it does, you search your deck for a card that has no abilities and evolves from one of your Pokemon, and you put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it, and you can do this the first turn that Pokemon was put into play. So that means that you can go, if you're going second on your first turn, immediately into cards like Aerodactyl V-STAR, and use Ancient Star to shut off Lugia completely and just auto Lugia. You can use it to go into Noivern, and couple this with double turbo energy, you can immediately shut off the future hands matchup. Or you can go into the star of the show here, Banette, and then use Everlasting Darkness to kind of shut down Charizard, shut down basically anything, because all decks play items. You can shut down Temporal for the whole game, shut down whatever you want with it. And you know, to couple with this Banette to boost our damage, we're using Brute Bonnet and the Ancient Booster Energy Capsule to do some poison damage. You know, Perilous Jungle increases it by 2 on non-dark types. Sneasler, Radiant Sneasler will increase it by 2 as well. So we can do a lot of damage. And we have Max Belt in here as well, so when all is said and done, we're doing I don't know, 140-ish damage to EX Pokemon if we have all the pieces in play for a single energy plus item lock. That's absolutely insane. And this is a really turbo-y style deck. You know, we got Lumineon in here, Squawkabilly in here, Mew in here, to all help us find our Salvatore on the first turn of the game. We're playing 4 of those Salvatore supporter cards, and yeah, I'm just really excited about this deck. I think it's better to show you rather than talk about it, so without any further ado, we're gonna hop into some games and get some dubs with Turbo Salvatore Box.
Just wanted to give a quick thank you to the lovely sponsors of the Hitmonchanning channel. If you need codes, you know where to go. Head over to ptcglstore.com and use code Hitmon to get 5% off your order. And be sure to check out Pokemon.gg, the best Pokemon card tracker and deck builder there is. You can track your entire collection and see its value, build decks quickly and easily, create custom wish lists, and so much more. Join Pokemon.gg by clicking the link below and use code Hitmon to get $5 off a pro membership. These are some great products for some great prices. Thank you to my sponsors for supporting the channel, and thanks to you for supporting me too. And now, let's get right back into the video.
We get to call a coin flip, and it's going to be a Tails Never Fails motive here. Hopefully we flip that Tails, and we did. So we're going to choose to go second. We want to get that turn 1 Salvatore. You know, just get our Shuppet, get our Banette, and then just start item locking from the get-go. That's our plan with this deck, and we have a meh hand. It's okay, depending on what we draw. We need a little bit more here. We need another ball search, because I don't just want to have to Ultra Ball for Squawkabilly and ditch the hand. I'm not really about that, especially because we have a switch with Aerodactyl and Super Rod. So yeah, that's a little challenging, because you know, if we're versing Lugia or something, that could be good, because then we can just get ourselves the turn 1 KO. It's a Dunsparce here. So Dunsparce can mean that this is Roaring Moon, which is the likely case, or Tinkaton, which is the unlikely case. Great Tusk is not one I had on my mind, but looks like they're going to be milling. We're going to be item locking here. And we hit them for weakness, which is pretty good. So they're just going to lead that Great Tusk and pass it on over to us. Now, I am not super mad at that. We get another Ultra Ball, which is really solid. I'm pretty happy with that. We can grab ourselves the Shuppet. We just want to get that turn 1 item lock. That is our goal here. We can grab Shuppet. We're almost there, but we'll grab the Shuppet. And we do need the switch, so we will Ultra Ball and have to get rid of those 2 unfortunately good cards. Then we'll grab Squawk, and we will Squawk and Seize and do all we can to get ourselves that turn 1 item lock. Really good against Great Tusk Mill, because they're not going to be able to use Pokegears to find anything. And we did get it thanks to the Ultra Ball, which will let us get Lumineon, which will then in turn help us get our, what's it called? Help us get our Salvatore and then our Banette. We don't have Mew in the deck, which is a little bit annoying. So I'm going to save the Nest Ball for now. Actually, I could get a second Shuppet. That's another, that's an alternative. Grab Salvatore. We'll just use Salvatore. We could go for the Noivern, but it's not really helpful because Great Tusk doesn't do any damage anyway. I do kind of want to save the Nest Ball, and we'll just Everlasting Darkness. Now, if we can get a poison combo off, then we can KO them in 2 hits. If not, literally just hitting them turn after turn while item locking them will be enough for me. That means no Nest Ball. They do have the Dun Spars, but that means no Nest Ball, no Capturing Aroma, no Pokegears, nothing like a Trekking Shoes, and they can't use any of that to further their search. Hero's Cape they can use though, which puts what we need a little bit tough, or puts we need more cards. That's what I'm trying to say. They get rid of Salvatore, which is fine because we can just win the game right here with Poltergeist. We just need to hit like 2 trainers. Yeah, we hit a lot of trainers. Well, that was an easy game, but you can see the power of turn 1 item lock. If I can look at their hand really quick over here, oh, it won't show me until the game log after, so I'll show you after. But that Pal Pad alone being item locked was enough for us to just destroy them. I mean, they couldn't use the Sadas anywhere, you know. I don't blame them for that, right? Poltergeist, yeah, they couldn't use the Nest Ball, couldn't use the Pokegear. Boom, that won us the game. Literally because we got the turn 1 item lock, that won us the game. It's as easy as that. Our opponent is calling the coin flip here, so hopefully tails never fails for me, or heads always shreds for me, depending on what they pick. We'll take a look and see what they actually end up getting. We're waiting for our opponent. Yeah, we just want to go second. They chose heads. Tails never fails, as I always say. So we want to go second here. We want to get that turn 1 Salvatore. We do get to go second. We just need like a half decent hand. Kind of no issues in terms of prizing certain things, that kind of stuff. You know, the standard, the huge. This is an okay hand. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of it. We can lead the Noibat. Could be a useful card. There's Greninja. It's our opponent's turn. Ultra Ball, like what's in the deck will really dictate how we play out this turn, because we need to get, what's it called? We need to get a Buddy-Buddy or Nest Ball to get Banette out, Salvatore, whatever. But we also need to like use Squawkabilly to just dump the hand. They've discarded a Psychic Energy, put a Rescue Board on this Greninja, and they passed. So I don't know what this is. We get the Psychic Energy too. Oh, we're like a single card off. That's okay. I think probably the best play here, we just go and we could attempt a Noivern play here, but no. Like, we'll just discard for now. For now, we'll just discard these. So we have Squawk. We do have Squawk. We need to Squawk here. We just need more cards. And it's possible that we get Banette Salvatore, or sorry, Shuppet Salvatore Switch. That's possible as well. Throw the, nope, don't want to throw the Max Belt anywhere because it doesn't really matter. And we can get Rescue Board, which can help us. But we don't get anything good. So it's just going to be an Iono, which I don't like. We're resetting their hand. They had a pretty poor start. This is a little bit better, I will say. We'll put Mew down and we'll go Nest Ball to grab ourselves a Shuppet. We can draw some more cards later on, I think. I don't want to do too much right now. I just want to pass. No turn 1 item lock this time around. A little bit of awkward draws, but this is okay. They had a poor start. We had a poor start. We'll kind of just level it out from there and keep going to see what happens. There's a Buddy-Buddy Poffin, so the true nature will be revealed. I'm guessing it's a comfy deck. It is comfy. So we can really just kind of shut them down completely if we get the Banette off, which we should get this turn because, you know, they can potentially get themselves a Prime Catcher, bring up the Shuppet, but there's a Grass Energy, so this looks like Giratina V-Star. And my guess why they couldn't do anything was they had a lot of Chloruses in their hand, but they just have one in this hand too. So my point is kind of just invalidated. And we're going to see what exactly they grab off of here. It's possible to get like a Prime Catcher Cram on our lone Shuppet, and that'll just make it a bad day. That'll make it tough. That'll be tough for sure. They can go into Comfy, draw more and more cards, and that's fine because you're getting that hand nice and huge for me to use my Poltergeist and just destroy whatever is in play. But yeah, that turn 1 item lock would have been devastating for them. I would have liked to get that as soon as possible. The Nest Ball getting a Cram. They have Prime Catcher. I'm going to be pretty mad. But they need to like get another Switch. Another Nest Ball, probably gonna grab a Tina here. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Our prize mapping should be pretty fine. We shouldn't have too much issue. We just want to continuously spam our Banette here. There's the Switch cart into the other Comfy, so they'll need a Jet Energy or something of that like in order to attack with the Cram. And I want this Noibat to get KO'd. I don't really want to leave it in play. So yeah, we'll see. If they just have Prime Catcher here, this is going to be bad. But they might not have Prime Catcher, which is important to note. And then we might be okay, and everything might still work out. So we'll see what happens. They have Switch, so they're probably digging for the Prime Catcher, but no, they just got the Cramorant, which is going to spit innocently into the Noibat and take a knockout. This Psychic Energy on the Tina, probably preparing to not be able to use those Mirage Gates here, and that's A-okay with me. We just got to find our Banette and an energy, and we can start item locking, but this Cram can start hitting us, which I'm not a huge fan of. I don't really want it to punch us continuously, because we're not going to knock it out for a while. So we'll see what we draw. We get the Psychic Energy, which kind of just guarantees us the Banette play, but I need to risk it a little bit more, and I'll tell you why. Super Rod can get back 1, 2, and 3, all 3 of those lads. Ultra Ball we'll use to just get Banette. And then from here, I really want to try and find Boss, and I want to try and stick a Comfy or something like that, or even anything really. I got a whack of cards that aren't that good, but that's okay. We'll put these guys down on the bench anyway, and we'll start the Everlasting Darkness on them. They can start punching us with Cram, but if we can get a Ancient Booster Energy Capsule, if we can get a Perilous Jungle down, we can knock this Cram out next turn. So I just wanted to kind of establish a little bit more of a board, see what we can work with, and see how we can get this Cramorant effectively knocked out. They can concealed cards, but they're not going to be able to do any more digging with switch carts or anything like that, which is going to make it very easy for us to knock this Tina out. And that was my plan. I wanted they're board locked to 1 Tina. I wanted to find a boss. We can probably still knock this Tina out pretty easily here, so I wanted to go for that. But now this next turn is a lot more high pressure. They're going to boss, which I don't like. Why are you doing that? Oh, why are you bossing my Brute Bonnet? That's so mean. Why are you doing that, man? I didn't expect them to just have a boss's orders in hand, but they did. Again, their deck is decently thin right now, so that's fine. I'll attach this to the Banette, and we'll just go for a restart. Restart, there we go. Okay, the button popped up. We got Lumineon, we got Ancient Booster. Lumineon might be the key here to just grab ourselves a Research or something like that. Could grab Iono, but yeah, Research is just better right now. We'll save the Ionos for later. Ancient Booster, or at least let us poison this Cramorant, and we will be on our way. We did not... If we got the Rescue Board, that's really funny. If we got the Rescue Board, we could probably retreat this guy, and maybe that's what we do. Okay, I think we kind of cooked here. Unfortunately, no second Banette is in play. But if we poison this Cram... this is a tough go, but I think I like the play. We'll Toxic Powder first. This Cramorant gonna get, because like, we want to hit the item lock here, right? But this Tina will literally just destroy us, and then we'll lose the game immediately. So we'll hit the item lock. Maybe we leave the Brute Bonnet in play. We'll drop the Perilous Jungle. Okay, I think we'll leave the Brute Bonnet in play. And then we'll pass, because then next turn they'll get knocked out. They can go do their shenanigans. They can't Mirage Gate right now even. You know, they can Cram, and that's fine. This is the tough part about this deck, is the bench space. Like, we needed Lumineon to kind of continue playing, but now our bench is so filled up, we don't have room for a second Shuppet. So that's what gets really tough. The Lost Vacuum, getting rid of the Perilous Jungle, most likely, that's gonna be what causes them to get knocked out, this Cram, if they don't move it. Just trying to thin those items down for sure. I don't blame them. And it might just be a spit innocently play here. They're still gonna get knocked out, but I think by removing the Brute Bonnet, they're gonna be happy. They get a prize card, then our Banette hopefully will be able to take out this Tina. That is my hope, or at least we can hit it hard. We have a Shuppet in play that we can use. We wanna lock them out of Giratina. That's our main plan. Now, we also have double turbos, which can help us set up Lost Impact plays. Salvatore is going to be good too, to put this Shuppet into play and immediately evolve it. But they're going to lead the Comfy. We have the boss. Maybe we can get there. We'll see. Maybe we can get there. I want to start with Nest Ball. Could just grab this Shuppet, honestly, and then evolve it right up. I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, I think that's okay. Oh no, but I can't Salvatore, girls. Then I won't be able to boss. 5 cards. They got rid of 2. I'm thinking we can probably still hit them really hard with Poltergeist. And at least we'll get hand knowledge. So, boss, give me that Tina. This is a Poltergeist kind of game. They all have to be items. I don't think they all will be, which is fine. But we'll just Poltergeist. Hit them hard anyways. It was literally 1 off. Okay, so we hit them. You know what's funny? If we put the Brute Bonnet down, we still wouldn't have KO'd them. It needed to be a Perilous Jungle that was in play as well. Now they still have item access, but we can review what they have in the hand. Roxanne's not going to do much. They can't Mirage Gate. They can't Counter Catcher. They are probably going to have to pass unless they just drew a nuts top deck. Alternatively, they can get an energy in play, and the energy will let them Lost Impact, but then they can very easily get knocked out by our good pal Shuppet. So I'm not sure. They're going to retreat. That's very interesting. Go into the Comfy, try and draw some more cards. That's fine. Having this Tina with a lot of damage on it means we can very easily knock it out later. If they get a second Tina in play, that'll be a little bit worse for us, I will admit. But we still have 2 Perilous Jungles. Max Belt wouldn't help us anyway. They got rid of a Water, which makes me think they have Colress in their hand now. Or it could just be a pass from them. There's another Comfy, so they're just board locking themselves out of Tinas, which is really interesting. We still have another boss, and they're going to scoop. All right. I think that our item lock was enough to kind of subdue them for a turn, maybe make them have a big hand, and then Banette was able to come through. Banette is always just a good card in Lost Zone matchups, so we were able to get the dub with Turbo Item Lock Banette. We get to call this coin flip, and it's going to be that Tails never fails. So we're going to flip that coin, and it's going to be Tails, which means we're going to choose to go second here. We want to get that turn 1 item lock. That is my dream, and I have a mission to accomplish that dream. So we're going to choose to go second. Our opponent's going to go first. We can give them a false sense of security. Maybe, oh, they can set up their Charmanders and their Pidgeys, but they will falter to Banette of all cards. Now, we're going to get a peek at what they're playing, which is going to be good to kind of show us what we should do. That is our hand. Their hand is Control, and we start with Mew. So we'll see what they have here. We could potentially just win the game flat out. That's a possibility. We'll see what they start with. It's Pidgeot V. So, okay, if we can get the turn 1 lock, the thing is I don't know if this is Pidgeot Control or if it's, what's it called? Or if it's something like a Snorlax. Okay, we might be fine though, because we can Nest Ball. Nest Ball can grab us Shuppet. Then we can go for Ultra Ball, Lumineon. Lumineon can grab us Salvatore. Okay, we have the pieces. Because Ultra Ball, get rid of Banette and Noivern here. Lumineon, we just gotta out-cheese them. That's kind of what we need to do here. Lumineon, Luminous Sign. Say hello to Salvatore, and we can use Salvatore to get Banette. Boom. Turn 1 item lock already established. We have it. It's easy. It's peasy. I do want to get rid of this Temple just to maximize our draws here. We have 4 Switch, so we have some leeway against Snorlax. We'll restart. Max Belt's not doing too much for us right now, but it could be later depending on what we go up against. We'll just Everlasting Darkness here. Now, if they don't have any supporters and they're relying on a Pokegear or a Nest Ball to get another Pokemon, they're out of luck here. If they have an Arven, the game goes on a little longer, but they're not going to be able to do any manual switching here. They do have the Arven, so we're going to be struggling a little bit with that cause. They're getting the Nest Ball and the Forest Seal Stone, but I hate to break it to you, you can't Nest Ball this turn, my good sir. Forest Seal Stone can grab something for you, but what's it going to grab? I'm kind of curious. What do you want here? You can grab a Snorlax so you don't immediately lose the game. That's something you could do. But if I just keep item locking you, then you're going to have a tough time. Yeah, I'm planning on leaving this Pidgeot in the active for a while. Perilous Jungle could be decent, but I don't really think we need any of that. I'll Ultra Ball both of these away. And I can grab something else. I can grab Brute Bonnet to boost our damage a little bit, but I don't really want to strain our resources too much. So I'll just whiff that. I'll drop the Perilous Jungle, and I'll go for a restart. Get the Fighting Energy, which is good. I can just knock the Snorlax out. Not the worst idea in the world, to be honest. Or even knocking out the Pidgeot is really solid here. I'm content on knocking out the Pidgeot, because at least we can boss retreat. yeah, we just destroy them. 420. 2 prizes early is really good. We just have to out-control the control. You know, they can put Snorlax down, but we're just always going to be one-shotting them with Poltergeist. Switch off the prizes is really good. Let's take a look again what they had in their hand here. They had no Airy, so that's good. They have Boss. Again, oh, you're going to boss my Lumineon? No way, that's crazy. So they've used 2 of those items, Boss and the Nest Ball. I can see them using their good pal, you know, Crushing Hammer. That would be 3, but we're still knocking them out. They have a supporter still. There's a Crushing Hammer. Please hit Tails. That would be nice if you hit Tails. They hit Heads, which makes my job a lot more annoying. I keep moving my chair. I don't know why. They're getting rid of the Psychic. I'm not a fan of that. And it's just going to be a pass from them over to us. Now, if we get another Psychic, we can easily get the dub here. We'll start with a Heavy Ball. Don't necessarily want this. We got a lot of options for the item lock here, or to get another Psychic Energy, I should say. So I might as well research, just try and find it. I did find it, very thankfully. That Psychic Energy coming in really clutch. And Aerodactyl's good in this matchup too, because we can just knock them out in one shot. So I'll wait and see what they do. Let's just Poltergeist. It should be guaranteed KO. Yeah, definitely is. They can go for an Iono later on, but we're just going to keep Poltergeisting them. They can Erica's all they want, but if we just find our switches, we'll be good. You know, they can Erica, but they can't Erica and Airy at the same time. So they need another basic this turn, so I'm sensing it's going to be an Iono play, unless they just top deck the Nest Ball. If not, they just lose the game. There's Erica. Take your pick. I have the switch in hand. You just lose the game. Unless they top deck the Nest Ball, they just lose the game. There's nothing they can do. And do you know why we won this game so decisively? Do you know why? It's because, it is all because we got the turn 1 item lock. Because we used Everlasting Darkness, they couldn't put a Snorlax into play and retreat the Pidgeot in that turn. Sure, get Shuppet. I don't mind. I really do not care. I have the switch in my hand. Super Rod, go ahead. Again, you still have 4 trainers in the deck to my knowledge, or 4 trainers in the hand to my knowledge. And even so, yeah, I can Iono you, but I don't think I need to, because last time I Poltergeist, which was here, it was air. Okay, they could. No, even if they have 3, yeah, we just win guaranteed. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so Poltergeist, even if they have 3 trainers, which they minimum do, goodbye, Snorlax. If you want to beat Snorlax, play this deck. This is like the enemy of Snorlax. You just stop them from doing what they plan to do. Even though you have so many liabilities, you have so many switching cards and so many attackers that they just kind of can't keep up with your pace, especially with the turn 1 item lock. Our opponent is calling the coin flip. They chose tails, so naturally, heads will always shred for us. And it is going to be heads, so we're going to choose to go second here. We really do want to get... we do not want to go first. We want to go second. We really want to get that turn 1 Salvatore. The... you know, insane combo against whatever we're playing. We want to just shut it off right away. This hand is not great for that, I won't lie, but we'll see what we're up against. It could be pretty good. There's a mulligan over there, and it looks like a Scovillain EX deck. Kind of crazy. Could be a little bit of an issue for us, but if we can get set up and we can establish item lock, we should be able to kind of just win. Get to draw a card here, which is going to be Research, which is at least a saving grace with what this hand is. We won't be able to use Salvatore, but we can at least kind of maybe establish an item lock with our Banette. They're going to attach an energy to the Capsule kit here, and they're going to pass on it over to us. So we'll see what we draw. Ancient Booster's not what we want. The Heavy Ball going to come down, get us Shuppet. We prized some other stuff, not like anything crazy. So we'll put the Shuppet down. We'll do this, and we'll drop Perilous Jungle, I think. And we'll research here. Now we can try and find... what's it called? Eesh, this is kind of bad. This is a pretty bad hand, actually. We'll Ultra Ball. We'll get rid of these 2. Or honestly, even Salvatore is good to get rid of, I think, here. Salvatore and the Psychic Energy is fine. Because we're going to probably want to get ourselves the Squawk and just draw more cards here. We have no more Ancient Booster Capsules, so we can't Poison if we get the Squawk. But maybe it's worth going for a Poison here. Force them to have the evolution. I think that actually might be better. We'll get the Brute Bonnet here. And we can draw with Mew. We have Noibat we can put into play too. So maybe we can find the switch off of these 2 cards here. And we can get, you know, ever so slightly closer. We actually get it. Okay. So we can knock out this Capsule Kid, right? Because that's 10 damage. Then the Poison in total is going to be, it's going to knock out the Shuppet though, which is really funny. No, it won't. Okay. Okay. We got it here. We'll go for the Aerodactyl, and then we'll put the Forest Seal Stone down, and we'll use it, and we're going to get Switch. Okay, this is really funny. This is really, really funny. Our opponent's gonna be like, what the hell just happened here? We'll start off with Toxic Powder. So we'll poison the Sneasler, you know, 5 on the Capsule Kid. We'll switch into Shuppet here, and we'll Enveloping Shadow, do 10 damage, plus the 50 damage from that poison is gonna just knock them out. We don't get the item lock, but that's okay. We have another turn of Grace here. Then that Capsule Kid's gone. If they want to get that Capsule Kid back into play, back into the active, it's going to have to face our dangerous little Shuppet here. And, you know, 1 Banette's prized. We have 1 in the discard pile. If we're able to find an Ultra Ball, we can get the last one out of our deck, and then we'll be able to just knock out this Bidoof and keep item locking, and then, you know, there you go. There it would be Bob's your uncle, as they say. Scovillain itself, you know, that's what we're facing. It's been a deck that I've really wanted to try recently. I've really wanted to try and make it work. It's pretty high up on my list. Here comes an Arven from our opponent, you know. Would have been really strong if we could have just used Shuppet and immediately stopped them from using like Buddy-Buddy Poffin or anything like that. But like now they have TM Evo, so they can attach an energy, TM Evo, all that stuff with the Buddy-Buddy. So that turn 1 item lock would have been really clutch here, but I'm still interested to see how this game goes. You know, they got to get their Capsule Kids down. If they have an energy, they can TM Evo, get themselves double Scovillain in play, but they need to manually charge those up or use Gardenia. Here's the Cleffa, so maybe they don't have an energy to work with. Looks like they just are going to switch into Cleffa. Kind of dangerous business here though, because it's immediately going to get knocked out. There's the energy on the Capsule Kid, so if we find ourselves our other boss's orders, we can get that out of here immediately. Would be even better if we could find the Shuppet. There's Rigid Band, not going to do much right now, but Cleffa and its Grasping Draw going to draw a grand total of 7 cards for our opponent. And they can get Barrel to fill their hand even further. So really good from them. We really got to find our, what's it called? We really got to find our Banette. Our Banette is the key. This turn, they got the other Buddy-Buddy. This turn, the Banette is, you know, is the motive. And they're getting a really good setup. We're going to be 2 prizes ahead. And if we item lock them, we should be able to kind of just go knock out a Scovillain, and win the game from there. Buddy-Buddy is literally the opposite of what we want to get. We'll throw the Rescue Board down on Radiant Sneasler, and we will start mewing for 1 card. Town Store, not what we need. I think, do I want to take the knockout here? Because Toxic Powder will do, okay, this is what we can do. We'll Town Store, we'll get that out of here. We'll grab Max Belt just for the next turn. Then we can Poison and Enveloping Shadow here. So we won't get knocked out, the Cleffa will. We have the other Perilous Jungle for next turn, because, you know, Perilous Jungle affects us as well. We do thankfully get the item lock though, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge. If they have Ultra Balls, they can't thin down their hand. That's good for us at the very least. Might force them to Iono us or something like that. But here comes whatever they throw at us in the active. It's an Ancient Booster Capsule, which is not what we want. They're throwing the Capsule Kid at us, which is a little bit rough. If they just evolve to Scovillain and have an energy, it's going to be a tough go over here. They have the Scovillain. Do they just have the energy in hand? They probably do. I can't see why they wouldn't. But there's the Town Store, another Rigid Band. Might prove a little bit tough for us, but the Max Belt is going to be good. They have a Max Belt as well, so we're going to get that out of the deck. They do have the energy, which is really annoying for sure. Thankfully, we can Buddy-Buddy. We can get some more Pokemon down and then go from there. Again, sometimes you have these little bit of subpar draws, a bricky hand. There's a lot of moving pieces in this deck, so if you don't get the Salvatore combo, it could be tough. However, and they'd get rid of our Perilous Jungle. Oh, and a double turbo, so we can't even hit with Noivern. That's annoying. But like I said, the good thing about this is we can Buddy-Buddy Poffin Salvatore if we have another Banette in deck, which we do not. So Aerodactyl VSTAR will go to the top of the, or we'll go into this spot. We'll Buddy-Buddy out Shuppet. We do have a Banette in deck, so if we get Salvatore, we can just immediately go into it. But again, it's going to be really tough to kind of get this rolling here. We'll Town Store. I don't think there's anything that we can grab. Yeah, we literally are going to need to get Salvatore energy to actually pull off this Banette here. So I hope we get it. We did not get it, but we did get Perilous Jungle. So we can Perilous Jungle. This Noibat's getting knocked out anyway. Yeah, I'm kind of fine with that. Limit what they're doing here. Toxic Powder, you know, we're going to get hit for 3, they'll get hit for 5. That's okay. Again, this Noibat's going to just get knocked out immediately. If our Shuppet gets knocked out, I'm not going to be a huge fan of that. Counter Catcher is online for them. No item lock this turn. I think we might have to pack it up here. This is a little bit tough to deal with. However, this extra poison chip damage is going to be really strong. Earthen Vessel coming through, going to get them some more energy cards. At least next turn we would have our good pal Banette online, but they're going to get more energies. And we'll see if they just have the Counter Catcher. They have Gardenia, so they probably have the Counter Catcher here. Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Don't have Counter Catcher. Don't have Counter Catcher. Don't have it. Don't have it. 23 cards left in deck. There's no way they have it, right? There's no way they have it. There's no way they have it. Please don't have it. Please just don't have it. I'm so terrified here. I don't want them to have it. Just go for the two-headed crashing and don't discard my good pal Banette. That would be my favorite thing, is if they did that. But like, they could also discard the Ultra Ball in our hand, which would be really tough. Oh, this is an annoying deck to deal with. I think I might have to build Scovillain after today. I think I might have to. You know, it's pretty annoying. It's pretty annoying. They can also one-hit KO Aerodactyl in our case, which isn't very good. Getting rid of Giovanni, getting rid of some other stuff. If we go all the way down to... Did they take any mulligans? They did. Ooh. They don't have a Counter Catcher in that mulligan, so maybe they don't play it. There's the Max Belt on the bench. They might be searching for it. They might just be going for a Bibarel play here. And that Bibarel play might pay off, which would be bad. I would really not like that. They're just going to two-headed crashing. Okay. So they'll get rid of the Nest Ball, thankfully. And a Switch. Okay. I'm not super mad at that. If we get like an energy or something off the top here, that's even better for us. So we'll see. They get hit with 50 from the poison. We get Super Rod. Okay. Super Rod I would like to use because we have a Banette and 2 Psychics in the discard. So that'll be really clutch for us to get. And now we'll start off with a restart. And it's not quite what we want, but it's not the worst because we can go ahead, get ourselves a Lumineon. Lumineon, it can get us a Research or an Iono or something to kind of turn the tides back in our favor. I think Research is better. I like them having a bigger hand that we can use, you know, Banette with. We do get Banette, thankfully, here, so Shuppet will come and say hello. We can get rid of this and Iono. And they are already locked up. That's fine. They're already getting hit pretty hard with the poison, so there's no need for us to use it. We'll just go into Banette here. Everlasting Darkness for 50 will item lock them. And they're going to take 50 from poison. If only it were 10 more, they would have got KO'd on their turn, and that would have been awesome. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Now here, they have Airy, which is not going to be good, you know, for them. They're getting rid of a Switch. I don't mind, personally. There's a Squovit to reset their hand. And yeah, this deck is a challenge to kind of deal with. Once it gets set up and they're consistently crashing their heads around, it's really disruptive to your board state. And now we'll see where this kind of goes here. It's a really interesting control deck, you know, at 290 HP. We'll be able to Everlasting Darkness KO next turn, but they can't use any sort of item cards this turn because of Everlasting Darkness. We can lock them up again, but then their other two-headed crashing is going to come through, and that's going to be an issue. The Lost City isn't going to be great for us. They can draw more with Industrious Incisors, and there's just a two-headed crushing. They're not even going to draw more, getting rid of an Iono and a Psychic Energy, which is kind of bad, but to my memory, we are down both double turbos. That's rough. That's for sure rough here. Okay, I think my motive at this point is I want to switch. Max Belt will KO the Mew. I think I want to switch into Lumineon here. And I want to let the poison take them out. Attach to Banette here. I'll draw more with Mew EX. They're probably going to try and avoid getting, what's it called? KO'd by Poltergeist. I think that's why they don't want to draw any cards. And, you know, wise choice from them, but I will just go ahead and pass, let this Scovillain get knocked out to their, to the poison damage. We get 2 prize cards, one of which being Salvatore, another being Banette. Now, if we had another Banette in play, I would feel a lot more comfortable in this scenario. But what they could be trying to do, they could try and dig for boss at this point. That would kind of guarantee them the game. Again, here, our Lumineon's going to be tanking 2 hits, so I'm not super mad. There's a Rigid Band on the barrel. And Industrious Incisors are going to draw more cards. That's really smart playing from them. You know, they can go ahead and put the hand at the bottom after every turn with Squovit and stop us from being able to effectively poltergeist them. We didn't item lock them this turn, so again, that could be pretty clutch for them. We're down all of the switches. We're down a good chunk of energy, so that's a little bit risky, but they're going to just be thinning out all the trainer cards in their hand. Very wise move from them to not feed into the poltergeist. Here's an energy on Squovit, and I'm fully expecting Industrious plus Nest Stash here just to thin their hand down to absolutely 0. Another Buddy-Buddy Poffin, probably whiffing it anyway, just getting all those trainer cards out of here, and we'll see what they do. There's the Nest Stash, so they just get a single card in their hand, and it's another Buddy-Buddy, so they can literally just keep thinning and thinning and thinning, and this is going to be tough. You know, they can go for the Scovillain. What's it called? They can go for the two-headed crashing here, or two-headed crushing. I think that's what it's called. Two-headed crushing. They can do that. They can do Chili Snapper Bind, but which there's no real reason to do so. And then for us, I think my motive is to boss up the barrel. Again, we're down 2 boss after that, so I'm not a huge fan of that. I think I'd rather just go for the poison, but again, we're down all the perilous jungles here, so it's really tough to come back from that. But they are going to Chili Snapper Bind. And again, I'm not a huge, I don't really mind this. Again, I think they're trying to checkmate us. If they just find boss, they win. We can't retreat this Lumineon. We're down 4 switch. But I think what I want to do, like Toxic Powder here, could be the motive. They could just Chili Snapper Bind for the rest of eternity. Or we just boss Barrel and we stick that in the active and force them to just draw a bunch of cards. Maybe that's our play. Yeah, maybe we just bring good old Barrel up and we just poison it. It's taking 3 damage every turn and we'll pass. This is kind of a Control E standoff. We'll knock out this Barrel eventually. This Lumineon will get knocked out eventually, but at least I want to force them to dig for a bunch of cards. Then at the very least, we can, knock them out if we get a bunch of if they're stuck with a bunch of items in their hand, we can knock them out. The barrel is going to be trapped here for a little bit. I'm not sure how many switches they play. They're down energy. They're down a switch. Didn't mean to do that. Putting 2 energies back in the deck. Trying to definitely draw one here and see if they're able to come through with the win. But basically what we're hoping for is we're hoping that they whiff. We're hoping that they whiff a turn, a single turn. That's all it has to be. And then we'll be able to go in with the Banette and just knock them out, because they're just going to keep Industrious Incisoring, attach an energy, put the hand to the bottom. That's what they're going to do, 100%. I believe that Rod only put back 2 energy, or 3 energy, I guess. There's the Arven, and Arven's going to get them a switch, so they do have the switch in their hand. It's not too great. I'm not a huge fan of that. And here comes Scovillain. And yeah, they can literally just Nest Stash this hand to the bottom. No way we'll be able to come back from this devastating loss. But it was a really cool showcase of this deck. Really cool showcase of what we could do. We're doing 80 damage here. We would never have been able to get there. And they're knocking us out. Maybe the 2 prize cards, maybe it'll be enough. We'll see depending what they have in their hand. It could be enough if it's all 3 items. This could be enough for us to win. So we'll see. We'll see. This could be it. We can put the Shuppet down. We'll Nest Ball here first. We don't got anything, but we can throw this Shuppet into play. This is it. It all comes down to this Toxic Powder. And Poltergeist has to be 3 items. It's 1 or 3 trainers. It's 1 trainer, so that's not enough. Maybe we should have just swung into the Scovillain or poisoned it. We did force them to shimmy through the deck a little bit more in order to get that barrel out of here. But close game regardless. We definitely ran out of steam there. That bench space really killed us, having to use the Aerodactyl to get the KO on the Capsule, and we were never quite able to recover from that, but a really good game, I think, nonetheless. So what do you think of my Salvatore Box deck? This deck is really fun to play. It's a little bit jank, I won't lie. This is a silly deck kind of deck, silly deck Saturday kind of deck. I don't know when this video is going up, but it's really fun to play, and you have answers to literally everything. It's just being able to find it. The deck's biggest issue is bench space. Bench space is really, really tough to manage with this deck right now, and I'm thinking it's because, you know, you have the Lumineons, you have any other support Pokemon you might need to pull off a combo, and it really can come to bite you later on. So you have to be careful with your bench space in this deck. I'm thinking maybe a Turo could be really nice. I would maybe choose to put a Turo in play instead of maybe one of the Salvatores. You have 4. Realistically, I've been using Lumineon to find it every time, and it's been working out that way, but then you have that bench space problem, so maybe a Turo could be better later on. You could play some Pokegears or something like that. And another card to consider is the Bronzong that stops evolutions, but I think that's just a worse Banette. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and comment down below what do you think of my Banette Poison Salvatore box. Subscribe to the channel because I'm posting multiple Pokemon trading card game videos every single week. And with all said and done, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, Hitmonchanning out.